esteemed viewers out there, you're welcome once again to Sports Orbit, reaching you from Leadership TV. My name is Afacho Salifu. It's right here on the show with me once again, Salifu. Welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you.
All right, on Sports Orbit, I'm sure a lot of Nigerians will be at least happy considering what our domestic teams did, yesterday to two North African opponents. That's talking about Rivers United and Plateau United, where for Rivers United it was a 5-0 thrashing of their opponent. Well, it was Plateau United. It was for 4-1 against Al Akda as they in the playoff round, which was played yesterday at the Moshood Abiola Stadium right here in Abuja. While for Rivers United, it was against Al Nassr of Libya in the first leg of the playoff round tie. Just like we had discussed yesterday, where Coach Electrico had said they're going to try as much as possible to ensure that they score more goals. And it looks like Stanley Agumo of Rivers United also had the same plan with his colleague, and 5-0 was 4-1. And even the coach of Al Nassr said he doesn't see his team overturning a 5-0 deficit.
Well, but they can also get their confidence. It happened Wara Casablanca beat Plateau United 6-0.
Yeah.
River United, sorry, 6-0, but we don't play for sure. A repeat of shots. Well, with this scoring line, I think Nigeria's teams are in a third position
to
ensure that they progress to the group stage of the competition. So we'll be glad to see two of them in the group stage of the CAF Confederation, although our desire would have been Champions League. But at all.
Yeah.
Nine bad.
Exactly.
So if you have a competition called ticket to the group stage, I think that's also at least a very good good recapitulation to comfort ourselves with it. But it is not yet over
at all.
So I think the teams should not just be resting on their oars. They need to know that yes, the North African they can still come their teams.
Exactly.
Particularly the Plateau United who concede one goal here.
Yeah.
Who concede one goal against the North African. So with the North African all they need to do is score 3 goals. They score the 3 goals, they are quickly they put already in the disadvantage. So Plateau United is in fidelity in as much as they are going away, they try to attack also not to just sit at
and try to defend.
And to defend all the 3 goals.
By doing that, you invite more pressure.
Because if the Arsenal were able to score 1 goal, that 1 goal will ginger them to push all and promote all players and to win. And at the same time, the Plateau United and both River United should be prepared for the worst.
Yeah.
Both on field and everything, because North Africans are very hostile.
I mean, they experienced it in. Exactly. So that should be an eye opener.
The Libyans are even more hostile.
Exactly.
This Moroccan and Tunisian side, so they need to be prepared well and to prepare for everything that comes their way and ensure that they'll be able to weather the storm and contain whatever comes on their way.
I mean, very well. And like Salif rightly said, it's not enough to go there and think, okay, since we have a 5-0 scoreline or 4-1, let's just go there, sit back and defend. I mean, the time is in as much as there should be a balance, in as much as they want to attack or defend, but don't just concentrate on going full attack and expose yourself. So you have to be it's a game where you have to play very, very cautiously, because like you rightly said, North Africans full of tricks both on and off the field. So let's wait for the second leg before we can actually.
But it is good, and we're happy that both the Plateau United and able to show their anger.
Exactly.
Anger.
Yes, I was happy about that.
They're not happy.
Yes,
and they were being knocked out.
Exactly.
And they really vested their angers on their team. I hope they'll be able to maintain the same strength and the same anger.
Yeah.
That they are not yet there yet until it is the final on the final second leg.
Yeah. All right, away from that now to the MPFL, where Nigerian Professional Football League will tentatively kick off 1st December in an abridged format. Feelers from the Interim Management Committee of the NPFL hinted that the season will be abridged and will end in May 2023 to enable the Nigerian football calendar to align with that of Europe and the rest of the world. Yet we are planning to start the league in December and hopefully conclude by May next year in order to align with each European season and check the frequency of exodus of players in foreign countries. The league has to be abridged because we don't have time and we have to ensure that we meet the deadline for the completion of the league. It is not easy, but with the cooperation of clubs, match officials, sponsors, and the NFF, I think we can meet the targeted dates. Well,
Have we get sponsors?
for sponsorship, we heard they are still discussing with other sponsors, but not a sponsor for now. I haven't heard any report of a sponsor as at now.
Well, it is good to apply to say it.
Hmm.
We can't afford to still keep the players at home, sitting at home doing nothing, and you can see clearly even the players is affecting the total about participating in the continental championship. So, the IMC should do all they have to do to start the league on time. But just like they say, there's no time on our side. Yes, a bridge format is not really, to me, it's not a good bad idea, a good bad idea, considering the situation we find ourselves. We have to do everything just to adjust chiefly and chiefly to get what we want to get and to align ourselves. But my only fear is that we have played this bridge format
Exactly.
on the
Yes.
skills that we want to align our league with what is obtainable in that what we
And it
want.
didn't work.
But unfortunately, it didn't work. Okay, now we're asking us to shift goalposts here to play the Premier League. And by the time we play this as this began, just like they predicted or forecasted that the league will end it by May, which is where all other league across the globe, like Europe, will also end their league. But after the league end, they'll start the next season will come. We'll now sit and wait again for 5 6 months. The league will not start,
Exactly.
and then we'll get back to where we are. I hope Elegbele had his team and his team will be able to put this to a permanent end. And the only way to put it a permanent end is to ensure that the league gets sponsors. If we,
Very,
we,
very
we
important.
can't play,
Yeah.
money is very needed. Football is not about
Exactly.
money. You can't play ball, you can't play a league if there's no sponsor for the league. It's definitely it should not work.
I agree with you completely. And
Because you need money to run.
Yeah.
Both administratives and even go up to the running, you have to pay the match officer. All those things are all about money. And then if you are playing the league without any money, then what is the league for?
exactly. And I think right now, one of the things the IMC in conjunction with the NFF should be doing is to see how they can attract sponsors, which is very important because, like you said, who is going to take care of the bills? Because you can't leave everything just to the clubs.
To the club, and that is
Exactly.
and that is what is encouraging mass in the club.
Exactly.
Even as much as they don't want to hear that.
Exactly. All right. Still on some domestic news, where the IMC has set up by the sports ministry to repackage and give a facelift to the MPFL, has taken a giant step towards achieving the objective by having a meeting with the broadcast station, that's the NTA, which took place in Abuja. The meeting had attended the IMC chairman Benga elect Bele and other members of the team. Discussions centered on how they can partner the league in broadcasting matches of the MPFL to Nigerian. Although no decision was reached at the meeting, but parties have agreed to meet again and finalize discussions and work out modalities on how all of these things will be worked out. Also, there are indications that they've also opened discussions with multi-choice, that's the owners of Supersport, to also see how they can broadcast the league to an international audience. Well, for me, I say not a bad move, right step in the right direction, but we yet to see how this will all materialize.
But let's be realistic and be true to ourselves. It seems to me that Elegbele and his team are within the same side or working within the same side.
Why do you say so?
I can't count the number of meetings the Shihujiko led LMC have hold with the NTA.
NTA.
So we know
But of course, you know that, and that's where I even wanted to go to. Asking NTA to partner is not just partner. Don't forget that NTA will bring their OB vans and all of this. So a lot of logistics will be involved, and which goes back to one thing: money will be involved because NTA will come and cover your matches and beam it for free.
no, it's like they are getting it wrong. So
Yeah.
what this is supposed to be,
Mm.
like for instance, what is obtainable in the APL, the APL we are watching, the multi shows and other foreign media who are showing the APL, they don't club don't pay them or the leagues don't pay them.
At all.
They've produced this man and generated the money. I have rather they even pay the league.
Exactly.
So it is all about going to the business and going wholeheartedly, not half-heartedly. But what that's what I'm telling you. Say, I'm quite aware, and several meetings of these nations have been held. Because and they have sitting several tables with NT. It doesn't work. First and foremost, the apology with no disrespect to NT. First and foremost, NT don't even have the capacity to produce the league. Anything, if you want to go into the business for a club, for a institution who have the capacity to produce the matches.
Yeah.
When they produce the matches, and then they has to buy the right, if you don't have the money, buy the right, and then sell the match, sell the match across other media stations to earn the money, and then the ticket fees and everything. But I think that's why the Elegbele here and his team need to go into deep and do the work first. But this is not the solution to the work we are looking for here.
But they are also.
But the multi-story they mentioned,
yeah.
for me, that is very interesting.
Yeah.
Super Sport was one of the social of the Nigeria Premier League.
Exactly, and they're showing it.
Yeah. But until something going wrong before the Super Sport pull out.
The
So they need to go into what went wrong.
Yes,
it's not about come and sitting on the table to discuss it.
Exactly. Because up to
date,
no, because up to date, Super Sport still shows leads from I think Zambia,
Kenya, some leagues that are not even necessarily
exactly. So are we saying that those countries are better than us?
It's all about organizations, and it's not about providing the right leadership.
I mean, I completely.
So you are coming to sit on the table with NT to come and do the come. You are invited them to come and cover your mind. To cover what? So all you need to go into a TV right who has the capacity to produce the matches and then disseminate it and their money, pay the money to the league.
Exactly, and one other thing, like I said earlier, we know how public broadcasting works in this country. There's no way you bring NTA to come and cover your league. Like you said, the way it works in Europe, things work opposite here. You must pay NTA.
They are going in the wrong direction.
Exactly, because
in the wrong direction.
NTA is not a charity organization. They won't come and give you free coverage. And in the last instances where
first and foremost, NTA is a government
station, yeah.
And NTA will not even have the capacity and all the right to go into this partnership to come and sponsor the league. If you are selling the TV right, is NTA coming to buy the TV right and own the right and then sell it for everybody who want to earn a match? That's absolutely no.
Yeah.
So Elegbele and his team need to go, at least to me, they are thinking the wrong direction here. They need to sit down well and look at it properly and know where the solution is.
Yes, I mean, for me, the way they've been going about it is
the board meeting.
Exactly. I mean, the way he and his team have been going about in the last few weeks is maybe to give Nigerians an impression that we are working or we are doing something. Yes, I mean, it would have even been better for them to even go be in talks with one of the private broadcasters. And because I know in the past, when NTA even attempted to show the league, it was really, it didn't even go well because, like you said, bringing the league to Nigeria is not all about just carrying cameras there. There are a lot of work that goes on.
We're in the first century of media.
Exactly.
We have moved a stage where somebody will carry camera to come and stand.
Yeah.
And this camera, say, want to carry camera, they follow where the ball to move around. You see what we do is being done. We need to move ahead. So the Nigeria Premier League is, if it's well packaged, it's absolutely right enough for any bigger televisions, international, multinational, to come and get this TV right of the country. So it's not about NTA coming to the Super League. Super Sport, to me, is the best for now. In terms of our own local African side here. And just like you say, Super Sport is showing league from Gambia. It's showing a league from Ethiopia. It's showing a league from Kenya. Then what make it difficult that Super Sport cannot play in Nigeria? Nigeria is more marketed, has market value, has market potential for Super Sport to gain more than those leagues they are getting. Also, we have a population of over 200 million Nigerians and who are passionate about what we call sport, football.
Very well. All right, we'll go on a break. When we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome back from that break to our next story now, where the Federal Executive Council has approved the National Sports Industry Policy. Of course, it was proposed by the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, and the approval was given during its meeting yesterday, bringing to a positive end efforts of the Sports Ministry to get the policy document in place for administration of sports. Of course, some approved incentives were outlined in the policy document, and some of those things include a tax exemption and rebate for a period of 5 years for investors in the value chain of sports, land provision and waiver for certain fees on landsmen for sports, single-digit loan interest rate for corporate organizations and private individuals who will be investing in the sports value chain, independent government grant through the establishment of an independent athletes welfare fund, which athletes representing the country can draw support for education, training, and there's also application of the Renovate, Operate and Transfer, Build, Operate and Transfer Integrated National Financial Framework, a Nigeria Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan, or any other innovative PPP financing model for the provision, rehabilitation of sports facilities in collaboration with the Ministry of Sports, and uh, finally, the full operationalization and enforcement of the Sports Code of Governance. Well, if you ask me, nice outline, lot of things loaded there, and if you, like someone said, we are not short of policy documents when it comes to, administrating or operating any sector in Nigeria. The problem is always with the implementation of these things.
Well, let me first and foremost congratulate the Honorable Minister of
Oh.
Youth and Sports, Mr. Samuel Jale,
Mm.
for having one of his ideas passed through again.
Yeah.
That is kudos to him.
Mm.
He has been able to come up with these ideas again, and now he has succeeded through getting the federal government, the federal executive council of the Nigeria executive council to approve the document, and now it has become a policy document. So I think in a short while, all agencies that has related finance agencies will be mixed together to iron out on how to go about it. So congratulations to Sunday Darius and his team. But another thing is to have the document, and another thing is to have the document work.
Very well.
And just like you see, we have several policy documents for sport development in Nigeria. Nigeria is not lacking of support. What we are lacking is the political will, the will to implement. And a whole lot of things that you stated in the other document that to talk about the single digit rate, the tax rebate, and
Exactly.
all those things are there for years.
They are
It
there,
is
that's what
not
I'm saying.
new.
There's
There's
no
nothing new about it. If there's nothing new, you can't carry, how do I say, carry old wine and turn it into the old, and it's the same wine. It's the same thing. Companies are aware that if I'm sponsoring a sport program, I have a tax rebate. I'll be exempted from paying tax. They are quite aware. They are aware that if I'm sponsoring sport, this and this, I'm investing in sport, I have a jury. So a lot of things that they are all aware of all those things. But how do you go about it to encourage those companies, those multinational agents and private sector to take this initiative, to take advantage of this benefit and to invest in sport? That is what is missing. It's not about repeating, just say, set up a committee to go there and dug out the same document, you brand it and bring and present it, saying you are presenting the policy. Well, we strongly that way has done well. To me, he's one of the most successful sport ministers Nigeria has had. Either you like him or you hate him, He's a minister who is so passionate about what he's doing, and fully committed to his job. In the last 4 years, being the shadow, in the last 3 years, and being the shadow of sport, I think he has succeeded in many areas. We can see the proof of evidence of what he has achieved. Take up the social development, and even in our performance at the global stage has also improved. So we give kudos to him for his commitment and so. But yes, and in the last 1 year, just recently about 2 months, just 2 months ago, 2 months ago, there's another 10-year football master plan policy that has presented. So if you bring the two documents together, if you look at it critically, there's a similarity between the documents, between the two things. Saying about all his strength is how to get private investors into the game. So, but yes, we have those documents, but it's only that I believe he's a man of his word. He has done a lot of it. But how do you get a company?
Exactly.
So the same energy. So I wanted to I'm urging him now that he should go further beyond this policy statement. The way he moved with a full force to bring down to come and rehabilitate the Abuja National Stadium. The way he moved to that to go and bring the big man in Lagos to rehabilitate the Lagos Regional Stadium. So he should go beyond this policy document. Because those documents, they are all aware. All the multinational companies are all aware. There are many oil companies in this country. So it should move, it should also look at it and get how to get the oil companies. Everyone's involved in sport development. Global companies used to be one of the big sponsors in sport development. Today they are not there. Glo was a sponsor of Nigeria Premier League. Glo was a sponsor of Nigeria national team. They have all pulled out. We have Atio coming in the recently for the Confederation Cup. Now Atio has also pulled out. What are those factors that is making those clubs who are free interest to compete to pull back, to pull out? And why? What do you get? What efforts are you going to put to bring them back and then initiate and then get more potential investors who will come into the sport? That is what is really missing. Those company, there's no any company. They are all aware that these are the benefits if I'm sponsoring sports program in Nigeria.
All right. See some international news where current Arsenal manager Mike Arteta has said he's not interested in replacing Xavi at Barcelona. Of course, yesterday rumors came out, especially floated around all over that Barcelona were looking interested in bringing him to the Camp Nou, but for him, he has said, what I can say is that I'm extremely happy and proud to be where I am. Barcelona are on a good path. I think they have a phenomenal coach who is an absolute legend at the club and has lifted the whole place. You have to be very respectful of that. You know, like sometimes they always say there's no smoke without fire. Yes, it's still rumor stage, but rumors were right yesterday. That story first broke out on Sky Sports yesterday, and the rumors have been making the rounds.
Well, I think Barcelona should also show some respect to Xabi. We know that once a coach, if you are not doing well, you know that your job is in line. Every coach is quite aware of that. But I think they need to give Xabi some time for him to stabilize. Even Arsenal have Arteta appear to be doing well now. Everyone appear to be looking well. But if Arsenal have were harsh on Arteta would have been where he is today. So sometimes when we appoint your legend, you need to give him some time.
But the truth is, some clubs, especially very big clubs, don't move. A lot of times they.
But you are aware that you are a big club before you went after your own.
Exactly. So a lot of them.
You need to give time and give him all the necessary support for him to excel.
No, but a club like Barcelona will not give you time because this is their second season playing with Europa, and I don't think the club hierarchy will be happy about that. So, well, let's see how it goes.
Well, me, I still believe that Xabi is a legend and he has what it takes if given all the necessary support to do at Barcelona. But not forgetting that even the Barcelona, look at the Barcelona squad. Yes, one will argue that this season they have do some business, but you can't compare the current Barcelona squad to what they used to have.
No, but even at that, they still have a very decent squad, whom I feel any coach watch results will be able to at least galvanize the boys, because it's very sad that from that group Barcelona, we could have easily picked them in the past to say Barcelona and Madrid are getting out of this group, because Inter, who even made out of that group.
The Barcelona, they're in the group with Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. Inter Milan is not a small team.
No, agreed. But what I'm saying is, usually, even on the playing personnel right now
We are
compared
talking
to
about
Inter.
in the past.
No, I said even now, with the materials Barcelona have, they still have better players than Inter. Inter are even their own league are not, are still struggling for form. But you'd expect that Barcelona, especially with the business they did in the market. But unfortunately, and that is where club hierarchy start having problems when they feel that we are back to in the transfer market, but we are not seeing the results on the pitch.
Well, since you said that Jabi has paid his due as a player for Barcelona, so Barcelona should show him some respect.
Right, we'll take a look at results of matches that were played in the Champions League yesterday, like we promised you. Of course, for Madrid, it was 5-1 thrashing of Celtic. Shakhtar Donetsk lost at home to RB Leipzig. Chelsea came back to win that one 2-1 against Dynamo Zagreb. Copenhagen versus Dortmund, it was 1-1. Then for Juventus, not the best of times as Paris defeated them at home once again. When for Benfica, it was a 6-1 thrashing of Maccabi Haifa in Israel, while Man City defeated Sevilla 3-1 in that one. For Milan, nice performance for AC Milan, who defeated RB Salzburg 4-0 in that one.
Yeah, congratulations to Milan. Congratulations to Milan and then Leipzig.
Yeah,
All progress to the next round.
To the next round,
competition
yeah.
with that victory.
Mm.
And at the same time, I also say congratulations. Although Chelsea have already qualified before that yesterday, but when they were down with one goal, something was coming to mind. I say Potter may be thinking that this is
No, but they are red, but they rested quite.
the rest is good. Yes, but Potter may be thinking that this is the same. He may have to think that this is the same club that beat Chelsea and led to the sacking of Thomas Tuchel. So maybe he has to go into deeper and ensure that he bounce back and win the match yesterday. So congratulations to Chelsea that since after the exit of Tuchel, they have this is a perfect performance in the Champions League.
Right, we'll take a look at the Europa League fixtures for today. Final round of matches will be going down in the Europa League today. If we have those fixtures, can we quickly take a look at them as they go down later on this evening? Of course, for United should be taking on Real Sociedad in the Europa League fixtures for today, while for Arsenal they'll be at home to Zurich, while PSG will travel to Bodo Glimt. Dynamo Kiev versus Fenerbahce, while for FC Roma they'll be up against Ludogorets, while Betis, HJK, Union SG will be against Union Berlin, FC Braga against Malmo in that order. So a whole lot of matches, final round of matches in the first round for the Europa League in that one.
Yeah, as for Arsenal, although Arsenal have to ensure that they get a bit into this match to be able to win the league, to win the group, probably avoid the next round of the playoff. Because Arsenal will be defeat to the PSG, the last defeat to the has put them in a very close position. Although they are still very little safe to progress in that round, but for them to win the group, they need to win the nice match. Thank God they are playing at home.
Yeah,
exactly. Maybe the support of their fans, they'll be able to come to the party and ensure that. And Arteta, I think the kind of mistake Arteta made against the club, that led to their two dissolve. I think he will not repeat the same thing where he rested almost all the players. I think he has learned his lesson.
All right, with that, we call it a day on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Tomorrow is Friday. We'll bring you our Friday and weekend edition of the program, and of course, give you a preview of sporting events that will go down the weekend. Of course, leagues across Europe will be back, and we'll be here to give you a preview of those matches as they go down. Thank you for being in the studio today once again.
Thank you.
All right, until we come your way tomorrow again, my name is Afa Cho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.